Greetings, this is the Baron, and today I'm going to share with you my old school battle versus Timmy the Sorcerer of Timmy Talks. I'll start off with a deck tech on both our decks, what I know about his and a little more details about mine, and then right to the show. Enjoy. So his main plan here in this crazy Timmy deck is to ping me to death with Prodigal Sorcerers, copying it with cards like Clone and Vesuvian Doppelganger. He has some strong air support in the form of Air Elementals, a 4/4 flyer. He also is running some counter power, and for some added punch, he's got a playset of Mishra's Factories. These guys beat me up pretty bad. Alright, so my deck, pretty simple here. Mana base, 8 forests, 8 plains. So I can cast everything I need to cast. Besides the basic lands, I'm also running a playset of Mishra's Factories, the single strip mine, because I'm playing Atlantic here. I've got a single Maze of Ith, and I only own 2 Savannas, so they're in here. For a total of 23 mana lands, plus the Maze of Ith. After mana, we go to my 1-drops. I'm running white, of course, so I've got my 4 plows, single Soul Ring, and I run a single Crumble main board. In my 2-drops, I've got a single City in a Bottle, only because I only own a single City in a Bottle. I've got my Balance, a Relic Barrier, 2 Felwar Stones, my playset of Disenchants, and a Regrowth. Going to my 3-drops, I'm playing a whole playset of Disrupting Scepters, because I want to control that hand. I've got 2 main board Dust to Dust, because let's be real here, every old school deck is running artifacts. That's it for my 3-drops. In 4-drops, I've got some more creature control in the form of 3 Wrath of Gods. Give you some value. If you drop a Wrath and you're only killing 2 creatures, you're clearing 2 cards out for 1. That on top of the Scepters, you should be getting card advantage. Especially since also in my 4-drops, I'm running a playset of Tomes. If I get backed into a corner, I main deck 3 discs. I'm also running a single The Hive in this deck. So, with these cards alone, it's kind of like the decky in a way, where I try to get complete control, strolling the artifacts, getting card draw, hitting away your hand, blowing up the board if I get scared, taking care of creatures real easy, a lot of artifact hate. So I should be getting mana advantage and card advantage. Now the main goal of this deck is to drop a Titania's Song and smash you to death with 4 4s and 3 3s all day long. If that plan gets kiboshed, I still got my playset of Factories backing me up, as well as this single The Hive and that Regrowth in case I lose everything and need to get something back. Sideboard's real simple. I'm going to throw it real fast. Life Force against black, Rolling Dervish against black, Hurricane against anything flying I'm scared of, an extra disc if I need it, an extra Wrath of God if I need it, another Dust to Dust because we need to take care of artifacts here, a COP artifacts, a COP green, a COP red, COP black, and then this is the kicker, and this is what really hurt Timmy here. If you saw the deck he's playing, his whole Timmy plan, I run 3 Rod of Ruins sideboard, as well as 2 Tsunamis. Now, let's watch the games. Alright, game number 1. We're all shuffled up. I got my dice up on my little monitor stand up there, and he's got his right in front next to his pen. Having a little discussion here, talking about, how I'm just getting started with my channel, and he actually just hit 1,300 subscribers, so go Timmy. Roll a dice. I selected evens, he rolled odds, so he'll be going first. Drawing up our hands. He's got his iconic Timmy playmat, of course. I'm playing my Bolus. It's one of my favorites, an oldie but a goodie. First turn drops an island. Never something someone wants to see, right? I guess it's better than Volcanic Island. I drop cardless mana, producing Mishra's Factory. And boom, 2 islands. Now I'm worried, of course. Who's not worried when they're looking at 2 blue? But you can't counter that. Drop a Factory, coming for 2. Boom, first blood. Pass turn on to him. And he's got his own Factory. And it's actually the Winter Factory. It's the only factory I've never owned. Still trying to get my hands on it. Drops the Timmy. Isn't that fun? I don't know what deck he's played against his other patrons. I don't know if it's always this one, but I was very happy to play Timmy playing his Timmy deck. I got some color mana now. Drop my Forest. I guess there's nothing really I can do against that Timmy. Now 1 green and 2 colorless. Tapping out though for a Disrupting Scepter. Like I mentioned earlier, hopefully I can get some hand control here, especially going against blue. If I can knock those cards out of his hand, I could be more confident casting my own spells. And smacks down a second factory. You know, we both have 2 up, so as long as I get another mana, I could defend and not worry about factory damage. And he taps out again for a Icy Manipulator. And we had a discussion here how I was worried about the Icy, but he said, why are you worried? You could do it as a response, but the Scepter is actually only sorcery speed use, so the Icy is something for me to worry about. I'm now on both colors. I tap both my color mana for the Felwar Stone, and tap the 3 to have him discard a card. Tuleria, out of here. Great news, I pass turn. And the turn he's pinging me for the Timmy, and on to his turn. Tap up, keep draw. Let's see what he's doing. I played this game a week ago, almost. So I don't remember exactly everything that happened, what we're talking about. But oh, he drops a 3rd factory. And tapping out again, 5 mana, Air Elemental, 4/4 flyer. Now, if you watch the beginning part about my deck, really all I have to deal with that, especially with that second white, is a Wrath of God or a Plow. Let's see what happens. It's got me thinking. Maybe he's got me worried. He's got 5 damage a turn he can do to me. Can only take that so long. Alright, looks like I got a... Okay, make him discard a card with a Scepter. He pitches an island. I don't know if he's holding on to those just to pitch the Scepter. We'll see. Hits me for the pinger for 1. Timmy doing his job. And on his turn, comes in for 4 in the air. Nothing I can do but eat it to the face. On to me. He taps my Scepter down. Smart play. I draw. I'm thinking. Probably worried. Ask him what cards he has. He's got 2. I drop a 2nd Scepter. Can't stop me from getting rid of those cards. And I use it. I say, you pitch a card, Timmy. And goodbye, control magic. And if you saw my deck, my early game, there's nothing he could do with that. Which he's kind of figuring. I mean, he's probably thinking my factories are my whole plan at this point. Since my board state kind of resembles the deck or a variant of it. Just, you know, in 2 color, no blue. Alright, what are you doing, Timmy? Activating a factory. What else? Alright, and that's it. Looks like I got 6 coming in at me. I'm eating it all. I'm tapped out. I can't block the factory. And I think he's pumping that factory extra 1. No, he didn't. Okay. I got nothing going on, looks like. Am I really just passing back to him? Come on, do something, Baron. What do you got? Okay, have him discard his last card. Mana Drain. Okay, that's why I do it. That's why I do it. Now I can cast without worry. I lay a Strip Mine down. Tapping out again. Boom, there's my Wrath. Ha ha! Sorry, Timmy. Clear that board. That lined up just perfectly. Alright, that's all I got. Pass turn. Timmy's still got the factories coming in strong. And that's what he does. He swings for lethal. Nothing I could do. As a turn too late on the Wrath, my hand wasn't really helping me. Alright, we're going to shuffle back up, sideboard, and go on to game number 2. Alright, game number 2. All shuffled up, drawing our hands. I'm taking courtesy here after that defeat. I'm running at 1.5 speed because the game does go a little fast sometimes, and 2 times speed is a little too fast. Turn 1, plains and a solar for me. He drops an island and back to me. Tapping all 4 for a big book. Get that draw power in early before he drops us 2 islands and stops me from doing it. And what is he doing? What's he dropping? Another island. Okay. That's why I get it in early. Thank you, Soul Ring. Come on. Alright. What am I doing here? I got my mana. I got 5 mana now. That's pretty strong. Thinking. Flicking cards. Alright. Draw me another card. Dig a little deeper. And pass and turn, it looks like. Alright. Timmy plays his 3rd island. And he's also got a Soul Ring. And Timmy. Okay, turn 3 Timmy on the board. Back to me. Scepter. Mother, may I? With Wild? Yes, I may. And right to the discard. Thank you, 6 mana. Let's see what Timmy's pitching. His own book. Hey, that makes me happy. I got one, and I took yours away. If you got another one, I don't know, but I'm liking what I see so far. Alright. Sorry about the bus passing. Alright, clones is Timmy. His deck is officially working. Back to me. Oh, there it is. Rod of Ruin. Oh, that's the last thing he wanted to see. That is brutal. Okay. Alright, that's... I mean, we're playing blue. I don't know how many options he's got to take care of this, but he pings you for 1. I deserve that. I do. Air Elemental. Oh, plowed immediately. Get out of the sky. I must not be holding a Wrath. That's okay. Plow takes care of him nice and fast. Timmy goes up to 24 life. So he's not really too worried since he hasn't even seen a single threat yet that my deck has produced. And 3 mana, 4 mana says Tsunami Timmy. Oh, who even does that? I tell you what, I do. Take that. Goodbye Islands. Hello, Rod of Ruin. Do your thing. I guess I didn't have a disenchant to follow that up with, or else that soul would be gone. Drops his island, back to 3 mana. And then back to me. Goodbye, Timmy. I get hit on the way out. Get rid of your cards. Goodbye, Control Magic. Still useless as far as he knows. And then back to him. Drops another island. Must have a good mana base. And there's his book. Now he could kind of compete with me in card draw, but I've got the extra mana to go beyond the draw. That's alright. Books are magical things. Alright, on to me. What is that? Oh, Dust to Dust. That's why there was no disenchant. It was a Dust to Dust. Goodbye, Soren. Goodbye, book. Down to 2 mana. And what's that? It's a quick ping to the Timmy, and I take a damage on the way out. I drop a Maze, just in case he does some kind of shenanigans. And there's his Loa. Have a quick discussion here about how that's the card I'm actually saving up for right now. I've never owned one, and it's almost necessary playing old school. It goes in any deck, and it gets you so far. It is the best old school card. Alright, having to discard again. Oh, goodbye, Doppelganger. Sorry you couldn't make it to the party. Not sorry. What's the mana tapping for? Another staff. Scepter. Whatever. Okay. Cool. Anything to say about it, Timmy? Nah. Great. Pass turn. Timmy draws. Plays his island. Tap. There's another Icy. It's not going to do much, though, because the only thing that can really affect without me being able to respond is the Scepter, and I've got 2 of them. There's my Malicious Factory. Drawing a card, dig a little deeper. What is that? Crumble. Alright, goodbye. Have some more life, Timmy. So his life's getting a lot of control. But again, if you saw my deck tech, you know that when the time comes, I can handle it. So he's up to 28. Let's see what we got here. Make a discard. Get goodbye. Goodbye, Mandrain again. Oh, I love sceptering that Mandrain away. And follow up with some more draw on my end. Drop a land. And is that it for me? I guess that's it for me. I'm thinking. Open the graveyard. Alright. Oh. Alright, he was just talking about he had the Timmy in his hand. He's like, there's no way in. I pay 3 mana either way and I get rid of it. Either I staff it or I scepter it. So, he eventually played that Timmy. I take care of her right here. And now he's got no cards in hand, so I finally feel safe coming in my factory. It's 2 damage. He's down to 26. But, you know, I did something. I made my mark. There's his factory. So that turns off the attack the factory plan right there. Back to me. Play myself with planes. Tappy tappy. Song. There it is. I'm ready to roll now. All he's got is that one factory, and I come in for a big swing. What is that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage swing. Timmy's got no cards in hand. All he has is that factory, and he'd just be sacking it. Actually, he could trade with the scepter, but I don't know if he's going to do that. Nah. Smack right down to 10 life. 12 life, sorry. Okay. Alright. He's back to a corner now. He's got to play his cards, use them or lose them. Gets himself an icy. That'll save himself a little bit of damage. 4. I guess it's a little more than a little. My turn. Get rid of that icy right now. He could have tapped it in response with his factory, but I don't know if it even mattered. Big swing, and that's how we close out game number 2. Alright, stay tuned. We're doing a little more sideboarding and going right to game 3. Alright, game number 3. It's all tied up, 1-1. This is our tiebreaker. And I'm talking about my sideboard here. What I have, I got everything except protection from blue in there. Draw my hand. He's on the go already with his island. And I'm actually deciding I'm not keeping my hand. I'm going down to 6 cards. Using the new mulligan rule where I draw another 7, then put 1 on the bottom of my library. Talk about how we feel about that rule actually a little bit. Me personally, I think it's actually the best mulligan we've ever had, but I'm a little kind of worried that it's too in the favor of like combo players. So I don't know. Overall, I do like it, but I need to play more people that use it and see how it goes before I really make my final decision on the mulligan. And that's pretty strong. Turn 1 Soul Ring. You can't beat that. I mean, you can. In old school, you drop Lotus and Moxes and whatnot. But my deck's not running any of those. So the rough part about my hand was I only had that 1 land. And he strips it away right there, leaving me with just my Soul Ring. He's also a little mana starved, and he places a maze. I get lucky, I top deck a forest, and boom, right out with that scepter. I'm not too worried because he does seem mana starved. He might just start discarding himself. Let's see what I do. Yeah, I'm playing my book instead of having him discard. I can just draw every turn while he's discarding because he's mana screwed over here. But he does get some mana. He drops a factory. 3 little friends of his island there. I'm digging at my book. And that's all I got. Back to him. A second factory. And these guys do work for him. Tappy, tappy, tappy. He's got his Prodigal Sorcerer out again. Back to me. I got a maze. Doesn't really help me against the Timmy. but it will help me if he drops an elemental. And I then draw a card and pass turn. A third factory. Look at this. Come on. It's like my biggest weakness in this deck. Granted, I do have the instant removal. I got the plows, I got the disenchants. I got a crumble even. But, you know, my main thing here is my wrath and my sorcery speed removal, like my dust to dust. So he gets a second Timmy out. Pretty strong. Oh, and there's my answer to these Timmys. Big Wrath of God. Goodbye. And that's it for me. Pass the turn. I still got to deal with those factories, though. I got one maze. So let's see what happens. He activates 2. I send 1 back. He uses it to pump the one that did attack. So he's getting through for 3. My turn. Untap, upbeat, draw. What we got? A strip mine. Wow, what to strip? Do I hit one of those factories? Or I take away his only blue mana source? The maze I'm not so worried about. Because eventually my plan is to have enough creatures that the maze won't really do much. It'll save him 4 damage, but I should have enough attackers, it won't matter. I decided to draw my card. And now I think I am deciding what to strip. Huh. Decisions. Alright, strip mine goes away, taking away his blue mana source. Is it the right decision? Is it the wrong one? I really don't know. I think most people would say you should have took the factory away, but come on, it was 1 blue mana source, and now he's down to 0 colored mana. Back to me. It's my relic barrier. That'll handle another one of these factories. So between my maze and my relic barrier, only one's getting through, and he can't animate all 3 with only 3 mana sources. So I'm doing okay. There's another island, and he's got decisions to make too. I think he's trying to figure out if he can even get in at all. 4 mana. There's an icy that will eventually help him get in, I guess, because he'll be able to tap down my relic barrier, or he can protect himself from being discarded with the scepter. He can tap my soul ring on my upkeep. A lot of stuff he can do. Hell, I'm only on 1 green. The scepter tap lands? I don't remember. I'm sorry, icy. And make him discard a book. I think he, you know, his mana situation is not going to allow me to use that book and do anything productive. And I drop a disc. Wow. Given the board state, you know, probably wouldn't use it unless he was attacking you with 2 or more factories. And, you know, I think he knows that. So he's going to play a little more reserved. But the advantage of having a disc on a board and a scepter is you really can't. You got to play out what you can play until I decide it all goes away. So what's he doing here? Using his icy, tapping what? Tapping my maze. Okay. Coming in for 4. I'm going to tap 1 upon activation. And then in response to the tap, he's going to buff the 1. Still coming in for 3 damage on me. Alright, back to me. Got a second green mana source. That's great news. Not that my deck actually needs 2 green mana anywhere. I only ever need 1 single green. Which is super handy. I would love to eventually get this 2 extra savannas to bring it to 4. Because it goes a long way. I could probably cut out some forests for some plains. Looks like I'm having him discard. Okay, goodbye clone. And am I thinking? No, I passed. Okay. Tap, upkeep, draw for Timmy. And oh, look at that. 4 factories, all 4 seasons. Take a moment to admire that in itself. Wow, look at that. It's my main downfall, and it's right here. Just coming right up that deck for him. Can't Wrath of God all 4 of those away, because he's not going to activate all 4. On, what, my turn? Come on. I do have the disc, though. but I do have board control. So whatever happens, it's going to be a tricky decision for both of us. At least he's only at 20 life this game, not 28 or whatever it was last round. I think he's still deciding now what angle to take with that untapped disc on my board. Alright, I skipped ahead here a little bit because just a lot of nothing going on. He activated 2 factories. I tap one. He taps in response to buff his other living factory. He taps out my my maze, and he comes in for 3. And I say goodbye. He buffs it up 1 more to get his 4 life. Puts him at 24. And at the end of his turn, I'm going to draw a card off that book. And now it goes to me. Tap up, keep draw. Drop the forest. And organize my mana a little bit over here. Not sure what I drew into, but it gave me something to think about, it looks like. It's 4 mana. I'm drawing another card. How many cards in my hand? I think this might be the turn that I've got like 9 cards in hand. And we actually, sorry Timmy, I dropped 2 lands this turn. We had a little discussion. I asked if I played a land. He said that he didn't think so. So I don't think it actually ever matters that I played that second land this turn. But I'm sorry. We could have a rematch if you want. Or I'll buy you a beer if I ever end up out by you, or you end up here. Alright, on to you. You play an Icy. Okay. Fine with that. There's no mana actually that factory. I'm not worried. You do have an Icy that you could use though, which I guess you didn't. My turn. Have you discard a card? What do you got? What are we getting ready here? A counter spell. Thank you. Any more of those? Get rid of them all. Man, I love those scepters. They did so much work for me. If he was... Oh, man. There it is. Tsunami again. I'm only getting rid of 2 islands, but you know what? That's all his islands. And dust to dust. I'm clearing his entire board, basically. In response, he's going to tap something down. But there he is. Relic Barrier. But that's it. He's got to protect down to 3 factories and a maze. No color mana. No toys. No creatures. Oh, but he drew into an island. Or he's holding an island. And tapping out for another Icy. Okay. He likes having those things on the board as much as I like having scepters on the board, it appears. And what am I doing? I'm saying goodbye to another card. What are we getting rid of, Timmy? Clone. Okay. No targets for that anytime soon, looks like. At least I don't know Rod of Ruin on the field. At least you can get away with playing a Timmy if you had one. And back to me. Drawing cards. And I'm thinking. What am I thinking about? Tapping that Icy, I guess? Is that what I'm doing with that Relic Barrier? Okay. That's the end of his turn. Okay. So it's my turn. I'll tap up, keep draw. There's a forest. 3 mana, get rid of your card. Doppelganger. Goodbye. And I'm drawing a card again off that book. Man, these books have done so much work for me. The books and the scepters are the MVPs of both these last rounds. I pass to him. And again, his turn, I'm tapping that Icy. Tap up, keep drawing my turn. And you're holding a card, Timmy. It's not going to be for long. You know what this deck does. I mean, you don't know what it does except play Titanium Song eventually and swing hard. But the one thing you know happens is I make a discard. Oh, and it was that Boomerang. He was really hoping that after I played my Titanium Song, during my attack step, he would Boomerang the song so that no damage would go through and I just have all my artifacts tapped. But, not with, not while I got that, Scepter open without the song on the board. Oh yeah, so here I had about 9 cards in hand. A discard, a Wrath, and a Dust to Dust. Which probably... I mean, the Wrath, of course, because I always deal with Timmy. And now he's copy artifacting my Nirvinal's disc. And we have a discussion here. Is it going to play tapped? Is it not going to play tapped? And he ended up getting some of his judge buddies on the line and trying to figure out what was going on. I was under the impression that it had to hit play, and then once entered play, copied an artifact. Therefore, would not be tapped, which is what he wanted, of course. But the judge ruled that it copies as it enters play, so that when it enters play, it takes on the enters play tapped effect, ability, whatever it is. So I'm just going to skip ahead now to after we got that ruling. Alright, so we got that ruling now. It does come and play tapped. Again, this is after a long discussion between a couple of judges, I suppose. So maybe it doesn't. Maybe you know someone that thinks it would be untapped. But in the end, it matters big time because if it was untapped, my board would be gone. Lucky for me, it comes play tapped, and I draw my Dust to Dust, unless I had in my hand. Either way, it's cast, and that copy artifact is exiled, along with this Icy Manipulator. I say goodbye to your last card, I think, or second last card, Brain Geyser, which if you had them in blue, would give him 3 cards, which would take me turns to whittle back down. So, very happy to see that go. And here we are. What do I got? What am I doing? Tappy, tappy, drawing. Okay. Another factory for me. I'm not going to get through his factories, though. Doesn't look like. No, because he could just get 2 3/3s out of it. Or 1 4 4, I guess. Back to me. And 2 3 mana. Goodbye, whatever card that is. Boomerang. Yep, again, those boomerangs could have really messed me up. If I played a song and tried doing anything, it would basically be like a time walk kind of, for 2 blue. And set me back, of course. So I think we were talking a little bit. I think I drew the song, actually, and I told him I drew it. Because with no cards in his hand, it doesn't really matter if I tell him what I have or not. Yeah, there it is. I play the song. I don't know why I thought about not playing it immediately. I think it was just so I would have another turn with my artifacts having their abilities, in case I needed them. But I said, you know what, don't worry about it. Play it now. They're all creatures. I could smash next turn pretty hard. And I discard a Wrath, it looks like. Which I guess means I pass turn. But I didn't see him draw yet. I think we're just talking about the effects of the Titania song. So now he's taking his turn. There's his Timmy. It's actually an Alpha Timmy, which I was admiring myself. It's pretty nice. He said it was a gift. He didn't say from who, but that is a nice gift. That's perfect. I hope more people gift him Alpha Timmys. I hope every one of his decks runs Alpha Timmys. He deserves it. And I'm playing another book for 4, which is just a 4/4 creature. It doesn't have the text. My Soaring is a 1/1, and so on. Power and toughness equal to the casting costs. And there's another 4/4. Yikes, what an army. I went from having a nice control board to having just a monstrous rampaging board of monster artifacts. Coming for the smash, the book gets lost in the maze, and I got 7 coming through, it looks like. Because I don't think that Timmy's blocking anybody this turn. Although, it doesn't look to be much of a next turn. I'm now asking him, can I maze one of my creatures during combat after they did damage? He says, yeah, that's a thing. I'm like, okay, good to know. But I decided, you know what? I'd rather have the maze in case he had some kind of shenanigans, which, I mean, what could there possibly be? I guess he could Hercules recall me, but that's not happening. It didn't happen, I should say. I get rid of his Timmy because I can. The end of his turn. And on my turn, I'm ready to just Hulk smash with this monster board of mine. Let's see here. Ooh, that is a lot of damage. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I didn't attack with a relic barrier. He activates a factory. I disenchant it. He responds by pumping, by activating and pumping another factory. And then I plowed that factory. Okay, so he's completely empty. He got no blockers. Is tapped out, and he eats all that damage coming through. Down to 5 life, living on hopes and dreams. Let's see if he's got anything to mix me up a bit. Soul Ring, and 1 card in hand, because I've been controlling his hand the whole time. And I disenchant that 1/1 Soul Ring. It wasn't even 3 mana, it was just a 1/1 creature. Holy counterspell. Here's your fist bump, Timmy. Thanks for the game. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I play some more people out there and get these videos out. If people watch me and they like me, maybe I'll start going to cons. I'll set up my camera. I can play you there, and then publish the games here. This is the Baron, and I'm done here.